Just another day, another dollar. God damn it, I forgot to call her back. Another missed call from my mama. I was at a bank like a minor fees. Bottle after bottle liquor, I hit the bottle quicker, but it don't do the same as when I was you. I would much rather hold a Dutcher, roll a Swisher. You were so sweet when you told me to get your pick up from where you going.
What's up, everybody? My name is NanaBcool, man. I'm representing Eastside, Columbus, Ohio.
So, man, I'm Nic Hanson from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and this is
Untitled.
My childhood was very musical, actually. Although my family wasn't very musical, it was always going on. You know, it was a very, just like where I'm from, the community is very musical. Everybody there's a lot of people play instruments, a lot of musicians, and hip hop was definitely pervasive. And so it was like, you know, early 2000s, like, you know, that whole scene of, like, you know, there was the rock over here and the hip hop over here, and sort of like the mix of that, and just sort of like dabbling with that was really cool. It definitely influenced sort of like most of what I did. Also, like, the neo soul scene in Philly was such a big deal in the early 2000s that, like, people like Jill Scott and Music Soul Child and Bilal, people like that just really were everywhere, and so that was definitely a big influence.
Word. Yeah, my childhood actually, my dad comes from like a family of everybody plays the keys. So that was like, and he was just always putting me on to things like Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson. I was just like watching Michael Jackson tapes for like 7 years, like growing up. Like I didn't really know that I should listen to any other music for a while. So like that was a thing. And then my family's from Ghana, so like high life music and just a lot of like obscure different types of sounds that I was growing up in. Like my house was like loud. There's just like always music playing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. And then like hip hop, I don't know why, but in Columbus, like everybody was just like trying to write verses or trying to like dance battle. There was just so much shit on TV at the time, like 106 in Park and like all those countdown shows and like dance battle shows. So it was just like always in your face. It was just like regular stuff to me, you know what I'm saying? For me, I feel like I was always going to be doing it until like I got older and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm not really good at anything else.
Word. That's really what it was on. It was like, what else? What
else am I supposed to do?
Like, this is it.
You know, like I feel like certain people, like it's like I don't know, like they grow up being mechanics. It's like I don't expect them to go on stage, like
right.
You know, you can't really expect me to be doing your taxes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess, I don't know. I had to tell other people and like, it was always like, what are you going to do for money? I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me rock. But yeah, that's how it is for me.
Yeah, I feel that for sure. It's definitely like I was always doing sort of stuff like that. I was always like a kid who like, I was like the music kid, you know, in my school, stuff like that. It was just sort of like a thing that I was like, you know, there are other things that I'm okay at, but this is really the only thing that I'm really like good at. So it's like, for me, it's like maybe, you know, I just got to figure out like what I'm going to do and the why will all sort of come later. The means will come later. And so far it's been working out. Like it's been pretty good.
For me, I think it's like a mesh. Like I'm always trying to like mix R&B and hip hop. So like I love Tribe Called Quest and I love Michael Jackson and there's like all these different artists in between there. I try and take from my stuff. I think my sound is developing, but I'm finding it more like lately, like finding more stride. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of what happened for me was it came from an effort to sort of be adaptable and sort of be able to work in any room that I was in. So I was working with producers and especially growing up, working with producers and rappers a lot and R&B singers and stuff like that. That was also the music that I just loved. Like again, like you know like D'Angelo and Prince and people like that. It was just like wow, like this is so vibrant. And it was just like, you know, if there's a rapper coming to my house, like let's produce. If there's a producer coming to my house, like let's rap or let's sing or let's do whatever. But I just sort of wanted to be able to be a jack of all trades in this sense of, you know, if there's a rave, like let me know how to DJ, let me know how to make some house music and stuff like that. So I think for me it's just a lot of fitting in. But yeah, I would say my style is sort of a mesh as well of R&B and hip hop and funk and pop music. Ben Franklin's my number one, man. And Anthony Bourdain. Those are my two guys. But yeah, I just like that they just grind, man, and they I just like their work ethic, man. And it's just I like that Anthony Bourdain's out here sort of traveling, making sure that everybody like was seeing what was going on in the rest of the world. That's a really interesting thing for me. And yeah, man, musically though, definitely like Stevie Wonder is probably my main guy. Prince, D'Angelo, cats like that. A lot of rappers too, like the Roots. That was a game changer for me. It's like, yo, this is a rapper, but he has like a whole band, and it's like, and they were from Philly, so it's like a huge deal. Like,
I think for me, I love Richard Bronson, man. That's my guy. Like, I was like reading a lot of his books growing up. A lot of people are music people though too. Like Peter Tosh. This guy from Ghana, his name is Daddy Lumba. He's like, when I was in Ghana when I was like 10, this dude Daddy Lumba was like Michael Jackson for that summer. It was nuts. Like, so every other night, like during the day, the lights would be off. That means the lights are gonna be on at night. And if the lights are on during the day, that means they're gonna be off at night. So like we'd be coming back, and my grandma, she's just, I don't know, she's just like an ill lady. He had this song called like, in translation, he's pretty much saying it's on fire, but it means like he's about to smash something that night. And like all the church people hated that. My grandma's like in the church heavy, but she loved that song. So every time the lights were on, she'd turn that song on, and like he's saying, "I've been hot." It's like it's hot, you know what I'm saying? But he was a man that summer. Like I don't know, like his video, he's just the guy. I want to meet that dude, but he was a big inspiration for me. Yeah, I can't think right now. I can't off the top of my head. LeBron James, bro. He's like Ohio's child, bro. Like, I'll fight for him, bro. Straight up. For me, West African culture is really big influence for me, man. Just like, I never realized it, but a lot of the people I grew up with are Ghanaian. Like there's like a certain, like in high school, like I had a lot of white and black friends, and I'll go home and like church and stuff like that. It was like all Ghanaian kids, and we was like all growing up together with like super strict parents. So it was like anytime we was doing something on the low, like we was all in it, you know. You know, so just I don't know, just Ghanaian West African culture, Nigerians, you know, we just rock with each other heavy, just certain lingos that we have. So yeah.
I really rock with that. I the other thing that I really enjoy doing besides music is doing languages and stuff like that, studying languages and linguistics, and I guess the ones that I sort of have gotten more in depth on. The reason that I have sort of like learned them and stuff like that, like Spanish and Portuguese, was because I got so into the music and because I got so into the culture of those places, like Latin America and even Spain too. Like, but a lot of that music really influences my music, especially right now, just because I'm so into it. So a lot of like salsa and stuff like that, and like and samba in Brazil too. It's like it's just like Afro-Cuban music too, man. It's so cool. But you know, it's cool for me because to me it's like I didn't necessarily grow up with all that stuff, so it's like an endless, like, you know, it's so profound to me to hear it because it feels like I could never stop exploring that. You know what I mean? It's like, because I'm coming in as like an outsider. So for me, a lot of that is really dope because it's just so interesting, man. Like the like Latin music and the polyrhythms and stuff like that. And a lot of it comes from that African music. Right. And it's also common in pop music right now. Everybody's sort of doing it. And it's like, what are those elements? Like why are some people doing some things, some people doing things over here? It's just, I don't know, it's all really interesting to me. Music is everything to me, low key. Right. It's like, yo, I was on the train the other day, like on the subway. This is not a good answer to the question, but I was on the train the other day, and yo, you could hear like in the fucking train movements, like there's like little notes and shit like that. And I was listening to some really trippy, like whatever. And it's like, you know, like just try to imagine everything like you don't understand language and you don't understand like words or any of that, and you're just sort of looking around like you would before you had learned a language or something like that, and try to listen to everything like it's just music, and it's like you hear these rhythms and all that shit. So I think like that's such a bad answer, but it's just like I really think that like it is everywhere, and it's like it is in every human society, right. And it, you know, it was there before like Homo sapiens were, you know what I mean? Like it's been around. So I think to me, it's so cool just how everybody interprets that in their own way and how it all comes together.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Nic Hanson is pretty much like everything low key. Not even low key, high key.
High key.
You know what I mean? Like, I never met nobody that doesn't listen to something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
be like the lamest dude ever. You like you listen to something.
Listen to something.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like good music is I feel like good music is not trying to be anything. It just is good music. Like it's just like, okay, we made this because it's hot. It's not like bad music is like we made this for the purpose of this, like theme songs and shit like that.
Or like if I can't like feel it, like it's like just an emotion.
It's
like,
gotta move you either physically or emotionally.
Yeah,
it's like, but one of them,
you know,
it's gotta
or like you can meet somebody from a total different path, and you guys fuck with this one guy, and it's like now y'all like really know each other.
That's
like,
a fact.
I know the type of person you are. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was real quick.
Yeah. That was just. We were supposed to go busking that day. Actually,
that's true. That's
Elijah,
true.
Yeah, we were supposed to go busking, and Elijah was supposed to give us an amp,
right?
And he passed out, so we couldn't get a hold of him.
Right.
So we just came here. It was like, yo, let's make a song and then put it out.
Let's stay productive today.
Yeah, that's literally what happened. Like, honestly, that was super quick.
It was really organic. Because we were even like, let's just make a song and put it out. Like, let's just make a song and put it out today. Like, fuck this overthinking. Like, let's not do any of that.
Facts.
Like, let's just make it. So we just
that's a fact.
It was seamless, honestly.
I just want to help Black people, man. Honestly, and I just want to like if I get on or when I get on as an artist, I don't want to like pussyfoot around. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like let's say I went to the Grammys or something, and they're like, yeah, like you're gonna win, but you have to say this. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like I don't want to conform. I just want to keep everything straight up at all times, and I'm willing to like risk it for that. Like I think it's worth it. Like that's how all the people that I grew up liking like were like, you know what I'm saying? And it seemed like they might have been rich on money, but they just did certain things that affected shit. And I just don't want to like put up with bullshit. I don't even want you to feel comfortable like talking bullshit to me.
Right.
That's just, I don't know. So that's how I can help my community, is just being a straight up person. That's all.
Yeah, I do really feel that. I feel like in the industry, it's like, you know, it used to be like you sort of had to do whatever the boss said, you know what I mean? You had to do what the label said, you had to do this, but it's like, you know, people like us, you know, we're not signed. We're not trying to hear that from somebody. And it's like, it is a slower burn. It takes a little more time to build it up. It's more of a gradual and kind of like painstaking process sometimes. But ultimately, it's like the reward is that you don't have to listen to anybody telling you what to do. Like you can be your own independent artist. You can do your own thing, and it's 100% you. You're not some puppet or some shit like that. Like, I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also just getting people to see, like, for me, a big thing is like I feel like Americans are so blind to the rest of the world, and the rest of the world, you know, they're listening to American radio, they're listening to this shit in English. Like, we're one of the only countries that didn't grow up listening to music in a language that we didn't understand on the radio. You know what I mean? It's like I just sort of want people to understand that there's like a lot of shit going on out here, and maybe like hopefully if I can be like a window into that, then that's cool. But if not, then I think people should be more aware of that.
I'm trying to put out this project called Ice-T.
The video just dropped.
Yeah, I just put out a video, but I'm trying to put that out this year, and I want to tour. I want to get out of the city and tour more, and get out of the country and tour, just really perform, meet new people, and just expand, you know what I mean? Yeah, and collaborate more too, you know? So, yeah, man.
Yeah, collaboration, definitely. Yeah, I think for me it's hard to set, like, okay, by the end of 2019 I want this, because it's easier in my head to just be like, okay, tomorrow I gotta do this, today I gotta do this, like, make sure it's better than what I did yesterday. Like, just, I think that's really what it is. Like, staying in the present and staying, like, you know, just if you're not going up, you're going down. So, like, I think that, like, just trying to keep rising, you know, trying to keep building. Success is like being able to be on and being able to have an audience that gives a fuck, and have people that want to hear your music and not have to compromise and not have to conform with like what people want to hear or what people want you to do. You know, it's being able to be your own person.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess so. Yeah, or like, I mean, that, and including just being able to do what we want to do. You know what I mean? And like, if you're able to do what you want to do, like meaning like you could like feed your family and like take care of all your situations that you need taken care of with the things that you're like, with your talents, your gifts or whatever. Yeah, that would be successful to me. You know what I'm saying? Trust your gut.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was pretty much thinking that. Like,
yeah, honestly.
If something feels shady, especially in the music industry, don't do it.
Because you're going to have to live with that shit.
Right.
And like, same with if you're like trying to figure out what you want to do, like just try stuff. Or if you know sometimes people know what they want to do, they're just like scared to express it. You should just go for it, because you're going to be the one suffering in the end. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and don't overthink it. Don't be like, oh my God, I'm afraid to do this because I'm mediocre or whatever. Like, some people either won't think that, or even if you are, then you'll be less mediocre the more you fucking do it. Like, and be open to criticism. Definitely. Don't take shit too personally. Yeah, exactly. Yo, shout out to you guys, Untitled, fucking on tour right now. Yeah, that is dope, man. You guys are doing it. You guys are doing exactly what we're talking about, man. Shout out to everybody just doing what they want to do, man. Within reason, don't do wild shit. You know? But yeah, man, I don't know what else to say. yeah, I feel like we covered it, man. Shout out everybody, man. Shout out anybody doing music right now. Yeah, for sure.